There's actually 4 macronutrients. What? I know. Suddenly now you think I don't know anything I'm talking about. So when you look at nutrients from a biochemical perspective, there's 3 macros. There's carbs, fats, and proteins. There's so much science behind that. I get it. But if you don't view it through that lens, if you view food through a physiological, functional lens, then I will tell you that it's better to think about 4 macronutrients. And let's walk through that because the functional purpose of each is going to really explain this. So when you build a plate, you should have 4 macronutrients on it. First, you want protein. You want a sufficient amount based on your height, which a close approximation of that is pounds you weigh. 1 gram of protein about for every pound you weigh. But some of us are pretty overweight, so we shouldn't go by that. So, if you're 5'6" and under, you should be in the 100 to 140-ish range of protein, grams of protein. If you're 5'6" to 6 foot, probably in that 120 to 180 range, and then on up. So proteins heal muscle, and that's the functional basis of that. It does other things, but let's just consider it, simplify this. Protein heals muscles. So you want protein on your plate. You want fat on your plate. Why? Functionally, fat satiates. Without fat, you're going to be hungry, starving constantly. You could lose weight just eating Twinkies. You could lose weight just eating chicken. You could lose weight just eating cotton candy. The problem with, if you ate only white meat chicken or cotton candy or Twinkies or whatever it was, the problem, or just apples, right? The problem is there's no fat in it and you're going to be starving constantly, even though you're eating some quantity of food. So fat satiates. And that's a good thing, right? So in the morning, I'm not just going to eat carbs and protein. I need some fat in there too. Eggs have a lot of fat in them, which is great because now you're satiated. If I don't eat eggs, I'm going to throw in some Brazil nuts. They're really healthy. They're like a macronutrient, and there's good fat in Brazil nuts. And so that's going to keep me satiated for a while. Okay. So then we have the carbs, right? And carbs are kind of brain fuel. They do other things too, but carbs are fuel. And so your body is going to search for carbs first for fuel. And so on mornings when I'm doing heavy writing, heavy creative work, I need carbs to fuel me up. If I'm doing an ultra race, 50K plus, I'm constantly fueling up throughout that because the last thing I want to do is run out of energy, right? So carbs give us energy, and some carbs are slow burning like rice. It takes 24 hours to give us that energy. Some carbs like grapes or, anything kids eat, right? Like candy, soda, grapes, clementines. Those are more quick acting carbs, and you'll get some of that energy more quickly. And the 4th macro is fibrous carbs. Fibrous carbs, fruits and vegetables, have the functional purpose of feeding your endocrine system. And so fibrous carbs are really important for our digestive system, our endocrine system. They do a whole lot of things. And so when I hear people say, rightly so, there are 3 macros, I get it. There's 3 macros, but that's from a biochemical perspective. When you really look at things from a functional lens, not a biochemical lens, there really are 4 macros because they prioritize 4 functionally different things. They're in 4 functionally different lanes. And it's really important that you see that through the lens of functionality, not biochemistry, because you're more than just biochemistry. You're a functional human being. So build your plate, build your meals according to those 4 macros, And then, there's some expertise you have to learn along the way. Like, don't time your fats within a workout. Keep your fats at least an hour away from your workouts, both before and after. So a lot of my races, running in the competitive or elite heats will be at 6:15 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning. We're the first to go off. So I need to get fat in there because I don't want to be starving by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Some of these are 12-hour races or longer, right? So you want to get that fat in there, but an hour and beyond before the race. And then, an hour after the race might be a targeted goal. Again, depending on the length of the race. If it's a really long race, you might do some fat in the middle of that too, because now you need a meal. 12-hour races, yeah, you're doing a full meal in the middle of that and beyond. But a 1-hour race, no. Keep that fat as far away from it as you can so that you're not hungry, but that is not disrupting the workout. So timing is a little bit in there, but 4 macros from a functional level. And go crush that. Change your view, change your lens, make sure you're aligned with the right lens. You'll crush it.